And we are back. Hello, everyone. Hi, I am Joshua William Gelb, and welcome to the Theater in Quarantine. It is Monday, October 5th, and it's 9 o'clock here in New York City. I don't know what time it is where you are. Hello. Well, thank you for tuning in and joining me for a very special volume of Closet Works, presented by the Invisible Dog Art Center with additional support from Mamie, Kanfer, and Justin Stewart. Why is it a very special volume? Because tonight we are so excited to be launching our new fall season. We've got over 6 world premieres in just 3 months, with shows every 2 weeks until December 14th. And we're going to be collaborating with the likes of Madeline George, Heather Christian, Raja Feather Kelly, Alex Fahlberg, Eric Berryman, Sunny Hitt, and many, many more. So make sure you subscribe to the Theater in Quarantine YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on all of our shows. You can also join our Facebook page, Theater in Quarantine, and make sure to tag your favorite screenshots of tonight's show on Instagram, at Theater in Quarantine. Now, it's been a little over 6 months since I converted the closet in my East Village apartment, measuring 4 feet wide by 8 feet tall and only 2 feet deep, into the white box digital performance laboratory we call Theater in Quarantine. With creative director Katie Rose Mclaughlin, we've been expanding our roster of collaborators, as well as working with institutional supporters like Invisible Dog Art Center, Theater Me Too as part of their expansion work series, La Mama Experimental Theater Club, and Culture Hub as part of their Experiments in Digital Storytelling program. We have even more to announce soon, so I can't wait to share what we've got in store. And as for tonight, the performance runs about 20 minutes, and afterwards I'm going to be hanging around with my fellow collaborators, Katie Rose Mclaughlin and guest choreographer Francisco Graciano, to answer any questions you might have, so just make sure to drop those in the chat. Below, in the description, you'll find a link for our Fractured Atlas page where you can make a donation. All donations go directly to tonight's collaborators, so please consider helping support this work and these artists who make the work possible. And we hope to continue bringing you Theater in Quarantine for free, but theater, even on the smallest scale, isn't cheap to make. So thank you for your support on any level. Lastly, a reminder that what you're about to see isn't Zoom theater. This isn't a dance film. This is live performance in this closet right behind me. So let's get started. I'm going to take a brief 1-minute break so I can get into places. Thank you again, and enjoy Closet Works, presented by the Invisible Dog Art Center. Don't tell me. Do me a favor and let me guess. Be honest with me, tell the truth, don't make me laugh, tell me. Don't make me have to tell you. Do I have to tell you that when you're hot, that when you're dead, because you know what I know. I know you like I know myself. I know you like the back of my hand. I know you like a book. I know you inside out. I know you like you'll never know. You think I don't know whereof I speak? I know. I know the day will come, the day will dawn. Didn't I tell you you never know? Because I guarantee it. I guarantee no one will dance a jig, no one will do a dance, no one will cater to you so fast or wait on you hand and foot. Do you think they can care less if you live or die? But I could never get enough of it. I could never get enough. Look at me. I could take a bite out of it. I could eat it up alive. But you want to make a monkey out of me, don't you? You want me to talk myself blue in the face for you, beat my head against a brick wall for you. Come running when you have the least little wish. What am I, your slave? You couldn't be happy except over my dead body. You think I don't know whereof I speak? I promise you, one day you'll sing a different tune. In the interim, first things first, it won't kill you to do without. Tomorrow is another day. Let me look at it, let me see it. There is no time like the present. Let me kiss it and make it better. Let me tell you something. Everyone in the whole wide world should have it only half as good as you do. You know what this is? You want to know what this is? Because this is some deal. This is some setup. This is some joke. You could vomit from what a joke this is. I want you to hear something. I want you to hear the unvarnished truth. I want you to hear it from me, right from the horse's mouth, from the one person who really cares. You know what you are? That's what you are. You sit, I'll go. I already had enough to choke a horse. Now go ahead and talk my arm off. Talk me deaf, dumb, and blind. Nobody's asking. Nobody's talking. Nobody wants to know. In all decency, in all honesty, in all candor, in all modesty, you have some gall, some nerve. But I mean that in all sincerity. I am telling you, I am pleading with you. I am down to you on bended knee. Just don't get cute with me. Just don't make any excuses to me, because in broad daylight, in the dead of night, at the crack of dawn, you think the whole world is going to do a dance around you? No one is going to do a dance around you. Nobody even knows you were alive. They don't know you from Adam. But if it's not one thing, then it is another. Just who do you think you are, coming in here, lording it over all of us? Do you think you're a law unto yourself? I'm going to give you some advice. Don't flatter yourself. You are not the queen of the May, not by a long shot. At your age, share and share alike. Ages ago, years ago, so long ago I couldn't begin to remember past history, ancient history. Oh, you don't want to know? Another age, another life, another theory altogether. Don't ask. Don't even begin to ask. Don't make me any promises. Don't tell me one thing and do another. Don't look at me cross-eyed. Don't look at me like that. Don't hand me that crap. Look around you, for pity's sake. Do you know that one hand washes the other? Talk sense. Give me some credit. Show me I'm not wasting my breath. Don't make me sick. You are making me sick. Why are you doing this to me? Do you get pleasure from doing this to me? But don't think I don't know what you're trying to do to me. Don't make me do your thinking for you. Shame on you. Be ashamed of yourself. Have you absolutely no decency and shame? Why must I always have to tell you? Why must I always have to drop everything and come running? Does nothing ever occur to you? And can't you see with your own two eyes? You are your own worst enemy. What's the sense of talking to you? I might as well talk to myself. Say something. Try to look like you got a brain in your head. Oh, you think this is a picnic? This is no picnic. But don't stand on ceremony with me. The whole world is not going to step to your tune. I'm warning you. Wake up before it's too late. You know what? Birdie just told me, you know what? You have got a lot to learn. That's what. hear myself talk. I can't hear myself think. I cannot remember from one minute to the next. Why do I always have to tell you again and again? I need to think. Just let me catch my breath. Don't you ever stop to ask. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what no one else will have the heart to tell you. I'm going to give you the benefit of my advice. You think the sun rises and sets on you, don't you? You should get down on your hands and knees to thank God. You should thank your blessings. Why don't you look around and see for once? You don't know when you're well off. You have no idea how the rest of the world works. You're as innocent as the day you were born. You should thank your lucky stars. You should try to make amends. You should do your best to try and put it all out of your mind. Don't worry, never got anyone anywhere. But at the same token, whatever you do, promise me this. Just promise me that you'll do your best to keep an open mind. What do I say to you? Where do I start with you? How do I make myself heard? I don't know where to begin with you. I don't know where to start with you. I don't know how to impress on you the importance of every single solitary word. Thank God I'm alive to tell you. Thank God I'm here to tell you. Thank God you've got someone to tell you. I only wish I could begin to tell you. If there was only some way someone could tell you. If there were only someone here who could tell you. But you don't want to listen. You don't want to learn. You don't want to help yourself. You just want to have it all your own sweet way. Who can talk to you? Can anyone talk to you? I mean, so far as you're concerned, the whole world could drop dead. Oh, you think death is a picnic? Death is no picnic. Face facts. Don't kid yourself. People are trying to talk some sense into you. It's not all just fun and fancy-free. It's not just high, wide, and handsome. It's not just a bed of roses and peaches and cream. You take the cake, you take my breath away. You're really one for the books, you know. Be smart and downplay it. Be smart and stay in the wings. Be smart and let somebody else carry the ball for a change. You know what I've got to do? I've got to talk to you like a baby. I've got to talk to you like a Dutch uncle. I've got to handle you with kid gloves just in case you didn't know. Let me tell you something that no one else will have the heart to tell you. Go ahead. Look far and wide, because they are few and far between. Go ahead. Go to the ends of the earth. Go to the highest mountain. Go to any lengths, because they won't lift a finger for you. Because some things are not for man to know. Some things are better left unsaid. But some things you shouldn't wish on a dog. Not on your bed, not in your life, not in a month of Sundays. What do you want? You want the whole world to revolve around you? You want the whole world at your beck and call. That's what you want, isn't it? Be honest with me and let's be done with it. Be finished with it, over and done with. Enough, for crying out loud, enough! Answer me this one question. How can you look at me like this? Don't you dare act as if you didn't hear me. You wanna know what's wrong with you? This is what's wrong with you. You were going to the dogs. You were lying down with dogs. You were waking sleeping dogs. Don't you know enough to leave before the last dog is dead? When are you gonna learn to leave well enough alone? You know what you are? Let me tell you what you are. You are betwixt and between. I'm on to you. I've got your number. I can see right through you. I warn you, don't you dare try to put anything on me or get on my good side or lead me a merry chase. Who's gonna do your dirty work? You? Oh, sure. You think you can just rise above it all, but nobody can live forever with his head in the clouds, in the woods, in a cave, with neither rhyme nor reason, without hope, without blemish, without a hitch, without batting an eyelash, without a leg to stand on, without fail, without cause, without a little bit of butter on his bread. Pardon my French, but put up or shut up! Oh, we could just laugh in your face. Oh, you dirty Dickens, you! Will you just leave us in peace? All right. From Lording It Over.
Sounds good.
Well, don't look at me cross-eyed. Don't look at me like that. You should count your blessings. Why don't you look around yourself and really see for once in your life? Sorry, I'm off on those cues. Sorry, Cisco. I have no idea when that stops at all.
No worries. You did exactly the right thing.
Okay.
Woo.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Just one thing I want to keep. Let's keep, when we go into the warp, let's keep you moving.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't
side to side. Yeah. But do this for maybe just a side, and then maybe do like a separate yourself.
Okay. Sorry.
Exactly.
I'm a little confused.
Был бы зимний вечер пуст, если бы теплым пряным жаром не порадовал днем. Санта-Клаус удивительный насколько. Дай вам каждый
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm a little out of breath, but I'm still going to enjoy this glass of Montepulciano. It's autumn here, so I've moved on from beer to wine. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoy, subscribe or follow our Facebook group. We are here every other week through December 14th. And right now, I'm going to attempt to zoom in my collaborators for the evening, Katie Rose Mclaughlin and Francisco Graciano, who are waiting somewhere in a Zoom room, so long as I can find it. Let's see. Here we are. So before I bring them in, just a reminder that in 2 weeks we are going to be back with a brand new piece, what we call long form, that's relative naturally, that is called
Notes from an Enumerator.
Notes from an Enumerator, or 1,500 rubles and a revolver. And that's going to be in 2 weeks on Monday, the 19th of October. So join us for that. Now, in the meantime, I think I have everything hooked up correctly. Let's see if this worked out. Oh, wonderful. Okay, let me get my headphones, though. They're right on the floor right here. Let's get into performance mode. Can I just get a little hello from you, Katie Rose?
Hello, hello.
Well, that seems to be, yeah, that seems to be working just fine. Let me clean it up, though, so it's not so jittery. Hi, everyone. Hello. Cisco, Katie Rose, how are you doing this evening? Oh, thank you. Thank you. And bravo to both of you. It's been really incredible getting to work with you tonight. Now, of course, Katie Rose Mclaughlin needs no real introduction. She's here. Every Closet Works is the co-creative director here at Theater in Quarantine, and a dear, dear friend. I love getting a chance to work with her every couple weeks. But Katie
every
Rose.
Single day.
Every single day. Katie Rose, would you mind introducing our special guest tonight?
It would be an honor and a pleasure, everyone. This is Francisco. We met back in 2017. He was a dancer for Dance Lab New York, which is this incredible choreography lab run by Josh Prince that I had the honor of choreographing a piece for. Cisco had just retired from Paul Taylor, where he had been dancing for over 13 years. I keep saying over 10, which 13 technically fits into, but I feel like 13 is such a precise number that I like it, so I'm going to say it now. Cisco, you have a beautiful introduction of yourself, which I will let you go to. But I'm just like so thrilled that you're here, Cisco, and we're made a piece for us. Welcome.
No, it's amazing. I loved getting to work with Josh, and I loved having Katie Rose on hand and being able to ask you questions. My quick little bio is I grew up in Texas, got my undergrad in dance, and then danced with Paul Taylor in the second company from 04 to 06, and then the main company from 06 to 2017. And that right after, like a couple months after I left Taylor, I started working with Dance Lab New York, which is where I met the amazing Katie Rose. I just want to say thank you for letting me be here. I just finished my master's in August from Florida State University. And so it's been like a nice way to just like whoosh, dovetail my life, my grad school life with my life, my passion life.
Well, we've got a question out there about the challenges of working in a digital space and what the fun part is compared with rehearsing and performing in a traditional theater setting. And Cisco, you're new to this. We're old hats here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what it was like collaborating over Zoom this way?
So this isn't my first crack at Zoomography, but theater in quarantine is a very different space. There's so many. I had a little a little introduction to the software that you're using, Josh, the Isadora and QLab software. So I understood like what the sort of potential was available to me. So when I was creating, I was also thinking about how your body is going to impact the space and how it actually manipulates the space in a real way that we can see it move, as opposed to just like, what happens in the imagination when we see dancers move across space,
right,
or actors. So I started to think about how the text can serve to manipulate this little box. And so I was more interested in, and thank you for being so patient and like doing all of the work. But I was really more interested in how shaping the proscenium that you had established could be influenced by the text and your own energy from coming out of your body. So that was something that I was really open to and interested in.
And would you speak a little bit about the text itself? Where did it come from? How do you find it?
Yeah. So the text is by a gentleman named Gordon Lish, who is still alive, and he's I should be knowing who this quote is attributed to, but there's a famous quote that says he's known for all the wrong reasons. He was really like a hardcore, just brutal editor of abstract literature, and kind of like the editor behind the famous writer that we know that are sort of household names. And he was just this prolific writer who was this professor and this teacher to many, many other writers. And I discovered this text when I was in high school, and I wanted to be an actor originally, and I used a section of it to audition with, and stayed with me. I choreographed a solo to it in college that has always sort of been a part of me, but never really looked at it again until this project came up. And I thought, like, what an amazing opportunity to work with like a really great actor who's got like first of all, like who could wrangle Chekhov. So like, wow, like give him some Gordon Lish and see how he deals with that. That's interesting. It's like throwing like, it's the equivalent of like throwing some Elizabeth Streb or like, some weird Taylor magic at a dancer and asking him to be like, now play with this, who's like this accomplished dancer, So and it was great. So I wanted to come back and revisit this text basically and look at how it's affecting me now and how I'm reacting to it, and more interestingly, see how it affected an accomplished actors.
It's really a remarkable text, because every time I do it, there's just more to find and whole other angles to how it can be read or interpreted. It's really, really rich. So thank you for introducing it to me. Absolutely. And giving me the chance to work my way through it. I mean, sometimes after 2 minutes of jumping, it's just like you go, wow, that's what this means.
Right. Yeah. There was something I heard differently tonight that I'd never heard. Again, one of those things where it just keeps feeding you every time there's something new.
Yeah. And find a new flow of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that text. It's great. You're phenomenal tonight. It was incredible.
Thank you.
Especially that 2 minutes of jumping. Wow. What made you do that? Who thought of that?
I think I jumped more the first show. I think
But you still had like the intention of jumping. You just didn't actually jump as much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, we have another question from Stephen, Katie Rose and Josh. That was the two of you on the first piece. And yes, it was. Well, actually, so we heard a little bit about where the Mary Chase came from. And the Mary Chase, by the way, had sound designed by Gavin Price, who's an old hand here at Theater in Quarantine. We're actually going to be redoing our Kafka piece, one of our very first live show this coming Saturday at Edge Cut. So
I keep forgetting about that show.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that. We have to relearn that. But that's what Friday is for. Anyway, Katie Rose, would you talk a little about where the other two pieces came from?
I would love to.
Yeah.
So the last piece, Etude for an Enumerator, is Josh had the idea. We were trying to think about what the program was going to be. We knew we wanted to make one new piece. Usually we do one old piece, sort of show part of our rep. And we decided, why don't we just do 3 new pieces, which is incredibly ambitious of us to do in 2 weeks. Can I
interject for a quick second there? I think what's so ambitious about it is that, unlike even working on a long form, when you have 3 pieces, they have 3 different vocabularies and 3 different technical vocabularies that you have to flesh out. So it's rather darn complex. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel like it's difficult as a choreographer to make 2 new pieces in 2 weeks, but the feat that you do for every show of pulling off these performances, especially the Closet Works, which is always, an old piece, which is different than the new piece, which is different than what the guest choreographer is doing. So kudos to you, Josh, continually.
Thanks. And you and
one-man band. You're like a one-man band, but it's the instruments that you have are the size of a house. It's not that you just have a drum and a tuba and it's just you have a million things that you're just constantly.
They're the size of a very small closet, I think is what you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, so the last piece is just a physical exploration of some ideas that we're playing with for our show in our next show on October 19th. Mm-hmm. And then the first piece came out of what we had. It came out of another piece that we're making. And just one day in rehearsal, a piece of tech went wrong. And then all of a sudden, there were 4 Joshes and they were enmeshed. And then Josh was like, this is cool. And what if I did this? This is really cool. And I was like, yeah, and what if you do this? And try doing that. And just then we spent I said 20 minutes last time, but I feel like we spent 5 minutes.
No, it was long. We did a long amount of time not working on the piece we were supposed to work on.
It's so fun to watch. So that's where that piece came from. It's just an exploration. It came out of another piece, mm-hmm. a happy accident.
And would you speak to the improvisational nature of it?
I would love to. Yeah. So this is a choreographic first for me. I don't use improv in my practice or in performance. It's just not a tool that I have, or just, I find other ways of working. And so it was actually kind of exciting. I made a score for Josh, and he has an in-ear piece, which is how he delivers the text for the second piece. And I just recorded a little score for him and then sent that over. And then we picked out some music by John Gasper and just sort of threw it all together. And so the piece is a little different every time. I think I have a dream that I give you a different text prompt every time.
I agree.
I mean, actually, the actual dream is that I am prompting you live.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be really cool. We'll figure that.
I did do a behind the scenes tape of it tonight. So we have the second performance of it, which we'll post so you can see what terrible dance I'm actually doing.
I cannot wait. It's so crazy what just a very simple, I mean, it's not a simple video effect, but it's one effect, and
Mhm.
it's just so satisfying for so long.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking to the improvisation, I'm also just, so Clexography, for those of you who followed the title, of course, is the art of making images from ink blots. It is what the Rorschach test is based on. And it is, of course, in and of itself, a type of improvisation. It is not a prepared art form. It is the act of mushing random ink blots and seeing what occurs in a way. And so I kind of deeply love the fact that it is an improvisational piece. It feels very right using that particular trick. Yeah.
And it also feels like really live, I feel like, because that's, something that we always talk about in the closet is like, why is this live? Why is this not a film that we just record on our own time? Like, how can we make there be an aspect of it that feels like you can tell that it's happening in real time, and that part really, really feels exciting. And I'm actually excited to use more improvisation in the future, I think.
Yeah.
Hey.
Josh, who buzzed your buzzer?
I have no idea.
Pizza guy?
I don't think so. Let me go off Do Not Disturb and see if anyone texted. I don't think so, though. My guess it was... Sometimes, like, UPS shows up at weird hours of the night here.
It's the East Village. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. Well, let's... Oh, gosh. Steven says amazing. And the music... I know, the music is amazing, too.
Yeah.
That is Misha Fiksel on the final piece, and John Gasper on the first, and Gavin Price on the second. I don't know why I went in that order. That was a weird choice.
Such a choice you just made, Josh.
Yeah. But yes, they're incredible composers and sound designers in their own right. And and we've got another question. Speaking of all this incredible one-man banding, once you're done with the project, does it exit your brain, or do you have them all stored away for bar mitzvahs?
That's the best question we've ever gotten ever.
Yeah, it really is.
I want to go to that bar mitzvah where Josh is doing every closet piece he's ever done.
Oh, the poor child whose bar mitzvah theme is theater in quarantine. That sad child.
I love this.
It's 35 years that's going to be the thing.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel like, no, I don't immediately forget them. Certainly 2 weeks is a really rapid pace to learn anything, so it's like I'm very lucky that I'm able to get it in my body whatsoever in this amount of time. What's been really wonderful about this process, though, is the archiving, and that everything is available afterwards, and that means also available to me. So I'm able to kind of watch my best performances and recreate them and kind of let them adapt from there. So no, it's not all stored away. I have a pretty crummy memory, frankly. Hence why I mostly use in-ear for text.
Josh, can you talk a little bit about the process of remounting? So we're about to remount something. We have a show on Saturday that is part of EdgeCut's performance series, which is going to be a really cool sort of technological showcase thing.
Yeah, it's all in a virtual space called Nowhere, and you're gonna like wander around in pods, virtual pods, and kind of watch our piece.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So we're about to remount this piece. What are your steps for? Like, do you sort of rely on muscle memory, or do you like? What's your first step?
No, I mean I have to watch the video, and it's recreating from there. You know, once I see it again, it comes pretty quickly. But there's always you know, things that are sort of like little technical feats. I mean, recreating is a funny word. So particularly a lot of the long form pieces, I start for myself from a place of improvisation. Usually involves a fair amount of wine and or something else. And and just mess around in the closet and see what comes. And so, for instance, with ETUDE for an enumerator, you know, and sometimes I'm not even dressed, and that's unfortunate when I send videos out to collaborators. But
It's like, here's this video of me in my underwear, but it's really good. So
it's like I'm not going to try and recreate it clothed. But so for instance, there I'll you know, mess around with the ladder, and it's probably like 1 a.m, quite drunk, and it's really fascinating, the process of trying to recreate that. And so recreating the like pure impulse of that, and that's particularly complicated because it's about finding the like shifts in body pressure that come extraordinarily natural when you're improvising, but are impossible to like meticulously recreate and go, why did I do that? Oh, I did that because if I put pressure here, then I can get to there. So
it's fun to like excavate those impulses too, especially for the last piece for notes from an enumerator. So what Josh did is he sent me a like, I don't know, 15-20 minute video, and then I just took what I wanted and choreographed a dance. This is actually the first time we've ever done this, where I wrote down everything and was like, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, and you put your hand here, and then you put your hand here, and then it goes down here, and we take a ladder, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of it, you, Josh, were like, this is impossible. I can't do this. Like, I can't do what you're asking me. And then I'd be like, let me show you the video of you doing it. And then having to sort of figure out, like you were saying, like to excavate not only the steps, but the impulse, the like reason why you were doing it. And then also just figure out what you're physically, where the momentum is in that step. Like a lot of it is like very surface level, and we find that the steps don't work because you're just like trying to get at it, and then you're like, oh, because you're coming from here, and that ricochets you off of here, and so it's a fun sort of like problem solving excavation thing.
But something like the Kafka, on the other hand, which kind of like exists as a piece, is a lot more just like remounting a piece of theater. You know, you kind of go phrase by phrase and hope you do it as well as you did the first time. Well, should we do final thoughts?
Yes.
Sure.
Now, from Theater in Quarantine, tonight's segment of Final Thoughts.
Yes. Cisco.
Oh, God. Final thought. I don't really have any final thoughts.
What's next? Like, what are you excited about? And
okay.
What do you hope? Oh, here's a big final question. It doesn't have to be final. Like, what are you hoping comes out of all of this?
I love that live performance has found a different venue that isn't in person because we don't, you know, Katie Rose, you said something last night in tech that's so true. We seem to feel like we're getting out of this, and then suddenly we're like right back in. So I think that there's this sort of saving there's this feeling like the live performance isn't gone. It's still alive. It's still very much alive, and it has a place, and it can be in your home, and it can be as creative or, you know, thrown together as you want. So that's a really, for me, that's a really optimistic sentiment for me, what I'm seeing. And like I said earlier, one of the first things I said was just admiring that this is even capable. and that this is happening. So, big thanks to like Invisible Dog Art Center and everybody else who's like helping out to, understanding the importance of bringing art to people's living rooms and still into people's lives, creativity in people's lives. So that was a long, drawn out answer.
That was beautiful.
There we
go.
No,
absolutely
it was quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
Katie
my
Rose.
long.
Katie Rose.
What was the question?
What do you
I feel like Cisco answered it. Can I get another question? Sorry.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow I'm going to spend all day rehearsing.
What are you rehearsing? What are we rehearsing?
Oh, we're rehearsing notes from an enumerator or
1,500 rubles in a revolver.
Which is our next piece, which is going to be really exciting. We've got some like big surprises, some big reveals that are going to come everyone's way. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, and working with Theater Me Too, which is going to be really exciting. As Josh said earlier, we're getting to work with many more institutional supporters in addition to working with many more collaborators. So this is going to be an exciting, this is the launch of a really exciting season, and just very thankful for Cisco for being here with us.
Big thank you for having me.
Katie Rose, would you dig up the link to the edge cut? I think it's in our email someplace. There's been a bunch of emails going on.
Oh yeah, do you want me to put it
in the chat? Yeah, people are asking. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. As Katie Rose mentioned, we've got Notes for an Enumerator, 1,500 rubles in a revolver, coming up on October 19th, and that is presented as part of Theater Me Too's Expansion Works program. Really excited about that. Big surprises. Really big surprises. And beyond that, just a really exciting season. If you are excited, we are performing on Saturday at Edge Cut. Katie Rose will find you a link. And we are also... Oh, I have no idea where that thought went.
Keep talking because I'm still looking for it.
Well, exactly. No, I'm going to do the whole So actually, I believe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'm going to get a little bit on bended knee here and say please, because I think we're at $6.99, and it'd be real nice to close. Be at 700 by the end of tonight. So, who knows what any of that means? My guess is a small theater company out of a closet will never be able to monetize on YouTube to the extent that a gamer or a YouTuber will. But hey, we can try, because it'd be better to do that than write more grants. So please subscribe, and also follow our Facebook channel. Did you find it? It's in there?
I posted it. It's there in 20 seconds.
Yes, great. It's 700 already. Oh, Ada says it's 700. We did it.
We did it. You did it.
Congrats. No, feel good about it, Cisco.
You're leading.
Thanks again. Thank you so much to Katie Rose Mclaughlin, as always. Thank you to our guest choreographer, Cisco, truly, what a pleasure. Francisco Graciano. Thank you to all of our designers. That includes John Gasper, Gavin Price, Lydia Fine, Mikhail Fiksel, and is there anyone else? Did I miss someone? I think not.
Ada Zhang,
Ada Zhang, our stage manager, of course. The Invisible Dog Art Center, Mamie, Kanfer, and Justin Stewart. Thank you all so much. And thank you also to our other institutional supporters, La Mama, Culture Hub, and of course Theater Me Too. Check us out this Saturday, and check us out 2 weeks from now. We'll be here in the closet, because where else are we going to go? Thanks so much. I'm Joshua William Gelb. This has been Theater in Quarantine. Bye.